Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free Super Mario Galaxy movie review. Obviously not a game, but obviously a Mario movie based on one of my favourite franchises. This is, like I said, going to be spoiler-free, as in all I am going to be talking about are the characters that were in the trailers. I will not be talking about any references or any particular scenes, anything. The only things that are in the trailers will be brought up here. And before we even get to that, we have to talk about, in my opinion, the critics being wrong about this film again. There seems to be this idea that this film is one of the worst films of all time, which is utterly garbage and not true. And on the flip side, this isn't the best film ever made, right? This is a very fun romp through a Mario world. This feels like an adventure film. They go on an adventure, it's very fun. There is a story. The story is probably the lightest part of the whole film, and that seems to be the big talking point, is that, oh, this film moves really fast and there's no story. And the fact that this has got like the 1 star out of 5 or no stars, or 41% on whatever it is, Rotten Tomatoes. I just think that if you're going to watch a Mario movie and you're there for the story, like, Mario's never been about the story. Like, I get it, it's a film, it's a different format, it should maybe lean heavily into that, and I think the story here is good enough. Because when I went and watched this, I was all there for the references to the games, things that like talk about various games in the Mario world here, all this sort of stuff, and I absolutely loved it. I thought this film was just a blast. Now, I watched it on the day of the release. I'm recording this about 4 or 5 days later, so I could just let it sink in rather than go off on like pure emotion. I've watched a ton of different reviews, and I gotta say that I think that people going in for a fun time to enjoy a very good looking movie and to be entertained, I think you're gonna like this. If you're going there for some crazy story and all this connective tissue, you're not gonna like it. It's not about that. So let's talk about the characters, because that's the main thing of this film. If you're going to watch this, you're there for those characters. You're looking to see how those characters interact with one another. If we take Mario and Luigi to start with, I think they have a much better chemistry in this film. Obviously, the first film's about Mario trying to find Luigi. This time around, Luigi is... I think they just work. They bounce off each other very well. Luigi is very much like... very silly. He's like the goofy, silly one in this one. And that kind of incorporates Yoshi as well. Yoshi comes into the film fairly fast, and you see a lot of good chemistry between Luigi and Yoshi, and I think that works really well. I think the actual character chemistry between the two brothers and Yoshi is really well put out in this film with very good dynamics. Very much enjoy it. They spend a lot of time together anyway, and I think it works very well. Luigi's just funny in this film. I think he's funny, I think he's playful. Like I said, he's got a goofy side to him. I think they really gave him a lot more, and that's something I think he's one of the, if not the best character in the film. Like, he's up there, he's so good, and some of the scenes that he's in are just genuinely just hilarious. So I very much appreciate what he did. Mario in this film, he's kind of got a grasp of himself. He's a lot more of a straight man here. I still like him. I still think he does a good job. Obviously, it's the Galaxy movie, but I think a lot of the characters around him are actually more interesting, and they're the ones that bring sort of the comedy to the scenes, or bring a lot of the levity and things like that. Him and Peach, I think, have good chemistry in this film as well. Like, they actually get some really good scenes together. You then have Toad and Peach, who spend a lot of the film together. I think Toad's not completely sidelined, but he's not, I don't know if he's as much of a player in this particularly. Peach, on the other hand, is awesome. If you're looking for, if you thought Peach was a badass in the first film, Peach in this film is even more of a badass. I really enjoy the fact that they've gone for a version of Peach that is a badass, can handle herself. She isn't this damsel in distress, even though you have glimpses of that in the first film, and then she turns out she's like kicking ass and things. I like that in this as well. The casino scene that has Wart in it, and Birdo enough, which has Toad in it, as well as Peach, that she shines her absolute brightest in that scene. That scene is incredible. If you're a Mario fan, like, oh my god, like, doing the whole Mario Brothers 2 stuff is just so well done. But she has like an awesome scene. She's great for that entirety of that. You then have Rosalina, who's, I can understand maybe being the biggest disappointment for a lot of people in this film. She doesn't have the biggest amount of screen time. I think they do a good job with her. I'm not really a big Rosalina fan. I've never really cared for her. but I like the portrayal in this film, how she is with the Lumas, how she is with the other characters around her. You get to see quite a interesting way of design for her. Whether they continue to use her in future films, I don't know. But I will say, if you are a big fan of her, you may be a little bit disappointed, and I can kind of understand that. But I think Brie Larson actually sort of brought her to life quite well on the screens. Then you have Bowser and Bowser Jr. Bowser is phenomenal in this. I think Bowser's really well put together. You see multiple sides of him. He's a good laugh. Jack Black plays him perfectly. More of what you liked in the first one. Trying to be a better character and all this sort of stuff. He genuinely, like, his moments with Luigi are great. His moments with Mario are great. Very, very fun. And Bowser Jr. is always a character that, again, I've never really cared too much for. But he's also good. Him and Bowser have some really heartfelt scenes together. And you kind of see like the Bowser trying to be like, oh, I gotta make up to being a dad kind of thing. Like, that's his whole storyline there. And I like what they did with it. I don't know, like, if I'll ever, if I want to see more of Bowser Jr. Because again, he's not a character I really care about. But I think they did a good job bringing them to screen. And both of them together are genuinely funny and cute and all sorts of kinds of different emotions. And then you have the big left field character, which is Fox. Now, Fox is your standard space rogue. He is a combination of a lot. He's like the cool character. He's a combination of being like a funny character. He's his own dude. Like, he has some very good scenes in this film that really bring and shine through a personality that of someone who is confident, cocky, all this sort of stuff. I think they did. It's interesting seeing him. His scene that he gets, he's just very well it's just very well like animated. He's very well like characterized. I don't think he overstays his welcome at any point. I know a lot of people say that he has a lot in this film, but he's never like in it to like overtake or overbearing. He fits the scenes very well, and I really like that. That's kind of like the main cast of this film. You'll notice that, like, that's where if you're gonna like these scenes with these characters in. I think, there are obviously other characters, there are other cameos, things like that. I don't want to go into any more than just the main ones. The actual scenes in the film, like I said, the casino scene is one of the best scenes in the entire film. As a Mario fan, getting to see a lot of Super Mario Bros. 2 is super cool. There are other scenes in this that I won't spoil because they are not in the trailers, that reference Mario Brothers World, Mario Brothers 3, all these different things. And these are things that I'm just like, oh my goodness. The music in this film, the amount of tracks from the actual games, the musical references is incredible. Now, at the very end of the first film, like, I genuinely was like crying because I was just like, oh my god, like, this film is hitting all these notes. This film definitely set me off at points with a lot of the musical keys, a lot of the visual references to various parts of the game, and so many other things. Like, if you are a Nintendo fan or you're a Mario fan, you will love this film because it is, it's just full of fun and adventure and things that you recognize from the games over the last 30 to 40 years, right? We're talking everything from Mario Brothers 1 all the way up to Galaxy. Maybe, maybe not like massive things like there's not a lot of sunshine in here, for example, but you do get elements of all these games appearing in this film. And that is it's quite overwhelming because it's a lot to absorb, right? But for me personally, I very much enjoyed this film. I am going to be going to see this film at least one more time, if not two more times, over the coming weeks, because I want to go and like see if I can spot things that I didn't spot. But overall, just enjoy the film for what it is. Like, it's just a fun adventure. It feels like a Mario game. You hold down the run button, you run right. It is a fast film. Some of the criticism is valid, but any outlet out there saying like it's the worst film, it's ruining cinema, that is just absolute rubbish, right? Don't base your opinions on any of the reviews by any of those outlets. They are genuinely wrong, like really wrong, and I don't know why they didn't. I understand maybe not giving the film like a 3 out of 5 stars seems like which I would consider maybe good, or even like a 6 or 7 out of 10. That seems about right. Anything lower than that starts to feel a bit disingenuous in my opinion, but I'm not a film reviewer. I'm just someone who enjoys Nintendo stuff a lot, and I very much enjoyed the Mario movie. So my recommendation is go and watch the film. It's worth it. It's a lot of fun. If you are looking for a deep story, maybe avoid it. But other than that, it's bright, it's colourful, it's one of the best looking films I've ever seen. Animated really well, music's incredible, everything about it is just fun, and it's entertaining, and that's what you want from a film. Anyway, that's my spoiler-free review on the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Thanks for sticking around watching this video. If you want to see more content, hit subscribe. We'll be doing more video stuff, maybe more film reviews that are based on video games coming down the line, depending on what comes out. We shall see. But until next video, I will see you then.